friends, my name is Leanne and I'm mad for Pandora. Welcome back to another video. Today I would like to show you my updated grey bracelet. Now I say it's a grey bracelet now because I can't exactly call it my animal bracelet. Now, as you know, I've been wanting to do an updated bracelet for my Australia bracelet, and this last Australia Day I sort of put something together, but I wanted to have something very permanent. And if I took all the animals off the Australia Day bracelet, it wasn't exactly going to be the same. So the other day when I managed to pick up the Oopsie Daisy, it sort of made me have to rethink and revise a couple of bracelets. I'm very excited with the result and I really do love it. So the little pops of gold with the grey I think looks really lovely, and I will show you my Australia bracelet but not for a while yet. So the idea was to have a bracelet that goes with these beautiful grey moonstone pieces. So as you can see, I have the beautiful earrings and I just really love these. These used to be the birthstone, the birthday blooms earrings, and the ones I've got are really pretty. And as far as earrings goes, I've just put the spare earrings on the barrels like I had before. And then I have this beautiful necklace. Now, I just love this. I think it, even though it's fairly new to Pandora's collection, it's only a few years old, it's very much an old school feel. And it's got good weight to it as well. Now they just call this the oak leaf necklace, and it's just lovely. Because they're a limited time only, they only sort of did a limited amount, and yes, they can be quite difficult to get your hands on. They've just got Pandora written on this side. And I do love the end of the chain because it comes with its own chain. It's got a little leaf on the end. So it's a very beautiful necklace. And then I have my Pandora Me bracelet. Now I love this one. It's one of my favorites. I love the grey moonstone. And these are really old charms. So it pairs very nicely with that. So the bracelet I've got it on is just the plain barrel clasp. Now, I only bought this in recent years because I didn't have one. I thought they were discontinuing this style, so I wanted to have one in my collection. But I find it's good because you're not locked into a style with it. It's sort of just neutral. And they are very easy to get on and off. So if you're new to Pandora, these are probably the easiest ones to put on and off. And then I love this old safety chain. This is just the daisy safety chain. Now my bracelets are 18 centimeters, if you're wondering. And then of course I have beautiful twice as nice spacer here. Now I have two of those. I have them at the ends because they are screw-on, so they're really good to stop things falling off. But the next ones are also a screw-on. So old Pandora was always, most of the charms, unless they were an Openworks, had the threaded core. So I really love that they screw on. So this was more of a design thing. I didn't want to put the gold ones too close to the end of the bracelet. So these ones are called He Loves Me, and they're actually two-tone, so that's 14 karat gold, and they've got diamonds. So they're a very, very beautiful old charm. Now, what I love about this bracelet, I was actually able to use a few dangles that I hadn't been using at all. Now, one of them being this beautiful family tree. Now, this one's just called Family Roots, and it does actually open up. And it just says Family Forever. And it does have that really thin cubic zirconia bail, which isn't my favourite, I have to be honest. It's just plain on the back. But I wasn't really using that one, and I wasn't using this other family one. Even though they pair really nice together, I didn't really have a place for them, and I find them quite large dangles. Now the next one I have, I did decide to keep a few of the animals on here. So because it's kind of like a gardeny type feel, I've kept the dragonfly on here. So if I wanted, I could also use my dragonfly, two-tone dragonfly necklace. Would look really lovely with this design. So this is probably my favorite out of the dragonfly pieces that they've done. It's just got so much detail. I wish I'd got two. It's got beautiful flowers and sort of leaf sort of pattern, and it's just gorgeous, this charm. This one's called Dragon Meadow Openworks. And then some of my favorite charms, they were only like, I think they were like $35 when they were new at the store. Now I do have two pairs of these and I love them. So these are just a rolled feather. Now I used to have these on my animal bracelet with the dragonflies. So they do pair really nicely together, but I just love it. It could also be a curved leaf. They are very, very beautiful. And then I just have a little leaf spacer here, and then I have the beautiful two-tone Oopsie daisy or Gerbera flower. Now I'm really glad I got this, because just getting one charm can just change everything in a design. And because I got this one, I was actually able to balance it out well with the two-tone hat. I've really had a lot of problems with the two-tone hat, actually having something to balance it. So I'm loving that. Now I also have these beautiful daisy clips. Love these clips. I think I have about 5 of them. So they just go with so many designs. And then probably the most expensive part of this whole bracelet would have to be these spacers. Now I picked them up as a pair for, I don't know, what were they, like $50 or $60 or something. They're extremely cheap, and I honestly don't think the person realized how expensive and how rare these are. They just had them as like a stock, like X stock type thing, and I love these. I always have to have them at the front. They are super rare. They can sell for over $100 each, but they are just beautiful, and they just bring this whole design together. And they're just beautiful moonstone spacers. Now, I actually have the matching ring for this, and one day I hope to get the earrings and maybe the necklace. But I don't really need it because I have this one as well, so we'll see. So this is the ring. It's actually quite large. It's a 56, so I would have preferred a 54 or 55. So sometimes I have to put a ring on the front so it doesn't come off. But I've also got the matching ring for this charm. And then I've got the birthday blooms ring as well. So I've tried to coordinate everything with my rings, with the bracelet, which is what I love to do. And then I have two more of the beautiful Openworks Leaves charms. Now these Openworks Leaves, they actually match exactly this necklace, but we never got them in Australia. My daughter actually brought these back from the USA when she went over there, but they are really beautiful. And then I have two really tiny spaces in here. I just had a little bit of space that I really wanted to fill. And they're just called mini twist spaces, or long curved lines. So I have 3 pairs of these. The other ones are on my night and day bracelet, but I think these fit in here really nicely. And then I have this beautiful clip. This one's actually a clip, so it clips off. And I also wasn't really using this because to me it's quite big to be a dangle, and it does sort of twist sideways a bit because of the way they attached it. So I love it, but I don't always love it on a bracelet design. Beautiful maybe as a necklace, but because now I've got the 2 larger dangles at the back and 2 others here, I thought I'm just going to go for it, and it's not really annoying me. I'm actually loving this bracelet, so I thought that filled out the front very nicely. I've had this charm, I bought it new, but it was sort of one of those old shops that sort of carried Pandora, and it was well reduced. Even then it was expensive. It is such a beautiful dangle. So it's just called Two-Tone Sunflower Clip, and it's just a black CZ in the middle. And then we just have a few pieces that are the same. I'm very symmetrical with my designs, but they don't have to be exactly the same charm. Especially with dangles, I don't like to have matchy-matchy dangles necessarily, unless there's something you cannot match, which is why I've struggled so much for this hat charm. So I absolutely love this two-tone hat, but I've had a lot of trouble styling it. So what a difference one more charm makes. So this one has the most beautiful top on it. It's just gorgeous and so much detail. And definitely a favourite among collectors. Very hard to get hold of a good one. And then a few more repeating patterns, and then I have a beautiful dragonfly. Now this is a different one. So this is just called Dreamy Dragonfly, and they did do a dragonfly, bit of a mini collection a few years back, and this was part of that one. Now it is beautiful, but it's not nearly as detailed as this other one. And I do like to pair them together but separate them at the same time because they're so different. And then I have this beautiful family tree. Now this one's called the Family Heritage Dangle, and it's also two-tone. Now I have a lot of pieces, rings and stuff with that same leaf design. So this bracelet is actually really nice to wear. I might try it on and show you. Now I've got the twist rings, I've got the twist bracelet, and I still wear this bracelet a lot. Not Pandora, but very much like some of the newer style ones. except it is 14 carat. Okay. Now I do love my safety chains, even on my Essence. They just stop you dropping your bracelets on the ground, even if it's just because you're putting them on and off. So we have the beautiful different coloured stones, but they're all like greys and whites, which is very nice and very soft. And then I have the beautiful bracelet. Yeah, really, really love it. Not the easiest angle to show you. Obviously the dangles aren't going to hang up the right way. And so they go well with my rings. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different pieces and my updated bracelet, and at some point I will show you my updated animal / Australia Day bracelet, but I won't do that yet. That's got some new pieces on it as well. And until next time, take care.